Hey, you guys, it's Denise Walsh here. Welcome back to day 2 of the Lucky Girl Activation Challenge. I'm excited to connect with you today. So if you're listening in live in the group or on the replay in our Become a Dream Life Coach group, please be sure to comment below, share your aha moments, your favorite parts. I will be drawing another winner from those who listen to this training in the next 24 hours. This time, the winner will earn a Dream Life Gratitude Journal. If you didn't know, I do have 2 versions of the journal with a third. Actually, that's already done. We just haven't launched it yet. But the 2 journals are the Dream Life Vision Journal and then the Dream Life Gratitude Journal. And they're very similar in terms of flow. They just have different gratitude games and experiences throughout. And the reason why we have 2 is because people were going through the journal and then they were like, well, now what after they finish one? And I was like, you do it again. You always keep journaling. So we created a second version so that there was another option. But the idea with the journal, you guys, is that not only the workbook really helps you figure out what you want. That's like the meat and potatoes, the Dream Life workbook, right? But the journal, once you know what you want, you got to do something every day to keep yourself in your own game, to keep your mindset right, to keep you focused on what's working, to keep yourself in that lucky girl activation. And the journal helps you to do just that. And so the winner of yesterday's challenge, who won the Dream Life Vision Journal, is Cynthia Leonard. Woohoo! The crowd goes wild. Congratulations. I will message you to get your address and send that to you this week. So be sure to comment below if you want to win the Dream Life Gratitude Journal, and I'll be drawing a winner tomorrow. All right, so today we are talking about belief. Now, yesterday we reset your nervous system and installed the Lucky Girl identity through the meditation. And I did record that meditation separately if you're interested in that. It's in the Lucky Girl handouts that I post in the description. It's a Google Doc that has a couple different things in it, including a couple meditations that you can utilize. Some are 30 minutes. The one that I created was 6 minutes. So it's a great way to start your day. And again, the way that we reprogram our subconscious and our mindset is through repetition, repetition, repetition. So doing it every morning is important. Listening to your hypnosis or meditation at night is important. It's the idea that in order to create new neural pathways and new mindset like automations, right? We need to do it consistently. But today we're going to go deeper. We are going to understand how your brain literally proves you right. So the mantra for today is my brain is always listening. It believes what I tell it. I get to choose the program or the thoughts that it has. Now, this is a really, really important concept. When I was working with clients in community mental health, that people would come to me with anxiety, of course, depression. I worked with a lot of people experiencing trauma and healing on their trauma journey. And there was a lot of stinking thinking going on. There was a lot of black and white thinking, a lot of fixed mindset. And we'll talk about that in a minute. And I remember telling someone once, okay, who is the one controlling your thoughts, right? It's not the alien down the street. You get to decide what you think. You get to decide what thoughts you think. And guess what? Your brain believes it, whether it's helpful or not. And so today we're going to really identify and take captive the thoughts that you think, and then decide what thoughts you want to think and ensure that they're taking you in the direction you desire. Our dream life does not respond to logic. It responds to certainty. And oftentimes, you guys, we're thinking about the things we don't want. Have you ever noticed this? It's like what if this doesn't work? What if nobody signs up? What if they do sign up? Can I actually help them? Like, we've got all of this fear and this internal script that keeps us stuck, second guessing and sabotaging. Instead, what we want to do is we want to actually focus on what it is we want. We want to focus on what we want life to look like. We want to become certain in something that we can't see, i.e., like, guys, the things you're fearful of are not happening either. You know what I mean? We are consistently imagining something that's not happening right now, whether it's fear or whether it's success. So we might as well focus on success. And that thought, repetition, repetition, repetition shapes our reality and instills and installs new beliefs. Your subconscious will absolutely accept it as you continue going. We're in week 6 of our current round of 90-day U-turn. And one of the ladies yesterday was like, I'm actually starting to believe the things. And it's actually starting to feel normal and easy. Meaning, for a while, she'd catch herself going down stinking thinking road. What if, all the fear, anxiety. She'd catch it. She'd use the tools she's learning in 90-day U-turn, focusing on what she wants instead, asking herself powerful questions to get herself back on track. And she's like, now it's not taking as long and I'm not going down the stinking thinking rabbit trail for as long, like as deep. She goes, it's actually starting to feel normal to believe in myself. It's starting to feel normal to think that life is for me. It's starting to feel normal. And I'm like, that is exactly what we're doing here, is we are creating new neural pathways in your brain. We're creating those new thought habits. So let's first talk about thought habits. There's 2 books that I am recommending today. One is by Carol Dweck. This is like the OG. If you guys have seen this, let me know in the comments. Called Mindset, The New Psychology of Success. It says new. I want to know when this was made. Okay, it says copyright 2006. So that's 20 years. Yeah. Not quite new anymore, but this is the OG of Mindset. And then this is one, I actually interviewed him on my podcast a few years ago, Ryan Godfreyson, Success Mindsets, Your Keys to Unlocking Greater Success in Your Life, Work, and Leadership. And this is a really good book as well. Both talk about mindset and how to shift into a new one and why it matters. So I'm going to talk through a few different mindset options, a few different kind of thought traps that we can get into. And you can let me know what you feel like you fall into the most in the comments below. The first is a fixed mindset. You probably have heard of this before, and maybe not, because honestly, when I talk about thought traps and I talk through the taking your thoughts captive, like this session in 90-day U-turn, blows people's minds, and they often are like, how come I didn't learn this when I was a teenager? Like, I needed to know this years ago, So maybe you haven't heard of it. You'll have to let me know that as well. But needless to say, a fixed mindset is the idea that, I was just born this way. Our abilities and circumstances are set. I'm just born this way. This is just my lot in life. This is just my piece of the pie. And I used to feel this way too. In fact, when I was working my clinical psychology job, I believed that if I made more money, I would be taking from someone else. Isn't that interesting? Because I imagined it like a pie, and I was getting this much, and if I were to make more money or do more things or whatever, I would be taking from the pie, which isn't true at all. Like, I don't know why I thought that, but it is interesting to think through the areas of life where we think, this is just the way it is. Ho-hum. This is just how I was raised. This is just the lot I was given. And we live there thinking that we just have to suffer, that we just have to grit through it, and there's really no options. That's a mindset. And you probably know people like this in your life, right? Who have stayed at the same job for 30 years that they don't like because at least they know the paperwork, but yet they're complaining the whole time. The second one is the growth mindset. So this could be a victim mindset versus abundance mindset. This is fixed versus growth. There's a couple ways to describe this, but a growth mindset understands that abilities and circumstances can evolve with effort and perspective. And I get to use this a lot in my business, reminding myself that skills can be learned. I didn't know how to do a podcast. And to be honest, I didn't start my podcast for years because I was waiting for my super smart techie husband to tell me how to do it. I was waiting for him because I didn't have the skills. I was waiting for him, who I thought did have the skills. Now the reality is did he know how to do it? No, he would have to learn too, right? But I was waiting for him. And then finally I realized this is my baby. I'm the one that wants to start a podcast. I'm the one that wants to impact people in a new way. I'm the one, it's my baby. I have to learn. And guess what? With a growth mindset, you recognize you can learn. You have the ability to learn new skills, to evolve, to try new things. You're not stuck. So lucky girls embody the growth mindset. They see setbacks as setups and possibilities in every situation. A couple thought traps that help us to know that we're in the fixed mindset is black and white thinking. Utilizing the words always or never. I always, or let's say, I never follow through with the things I say I want to do. I never get a sale. It never works out for me. Always and never are typically, black and white thinking are typically not true. The always one might be something like, you always show up late, or, let me think of always ones. I keep thinking of affirmations, it always works out. That's not what I'm meaning. I'm meaning negative, it's always this way, ho-hum, right? So always and never are signs that you could be in the fixed mindset, because typically, right, life is not black and white. Life is gray. There's a lot of nuance. There's a lot of things you've experienced. You have a lot of life experience. And just because something didn't work out today doesn't mean it's not going to work out tomorrow, right? There's lots of fluidity in our life. And so when you recognize that you're in all or nothing thinking or black and white thinking, that's a time to catch yourself and ask yourself these powerful questions and move into the growth mindset instead. I'll give you one more example. These are all things that we do in week 7 of 90-Day U-Turn. Is we've got a whole list of thought traps. One of my favorites is called catastrophizing, or making a mountain out of a molehill. Have you ever heard this one? This is where we say, we blow up essentially. Oh my gosh, the world is over, or life is over, and I'm going to live in a van down by the river, if you know that's SNL skit from years and years ago. And so making a mountain out of a molehill is really making a bigger deal out of something that's truly not a life-threatening situation. And we do this a lot, whether we're going to be late to an appointment, or we get a D on a report card, or something happens that we could move through. It could be a speed bump, but we see it as a stop sign. That again is a sign that you could be in fixed mindset. And there's some questions to ask yourself about how to get out of that and into growth. And again, we go deep into it in 90-Day U-Turn, but a couple things to think through is what's true, what do I really want, and what can I control? Being a lucky girl means choosing growth, openness. It's a belief system that makes you magnetic, meaning when life happens, which it always does, you can move through it rather than being stuck. It reminds me of the palm tree. If you've ever heard this metaphor, a palm tree has roots that even in a hurricane, they stay standing. Even when life is happening, you guys, we do not have to be derailed for long. Will we be derailed sometimes? Yes. Can we get back on track? Yes. Okay. And that truly is what mindset, this belief system, is all about. And this belief system isn't just about our thoughts. It's truly about how we interact with ourselves and the world. Because if you are in a fixed mindset and you believe that nothing you do will work, that this is just your lot in life, then that's going to impact how you treat yourself. That's going to impact, like, you're going to bully yourself. And nothing you do will ever be right. You know what I mean? The self-talk there is super negative. But then also, my guess is if you're in that fixed mindset, then anybody outside of you, you can blame, complain, make excuses, oh, they are lucky, or they had it easy, or, you know what I mean? You're just outsourcing your agency. That's why the fixed mindset is also likened to victim mindset, because of all this outward focus. If they did this, then I would feel happy, thriving, make more money, etc. And what we want to do in the growth mindset is actually take back control. We take back our agency. We take back our power by saying, I do have something I can do here. I'm not stuck. This might not be the season for me right now, but I know that seasons always change. I know that I won't be here forever, and you're focusing on growth instead. Every thought is like that groove. It's that thought habit in your brain, and then the deeper you run it, the easier it becomes, and the more automatic it becomes. So I'm going to take you through another meditation today. Again, this is a fairly short one. But I want you to, hold on. All right, let's get ready for this. Before I jump into the meditation, I'll check the comments here and see what questions we have. And of course, I can't see it on my computer, so I will check it out on my phone, see if I can see it here. And it's not popping up for me, so I will try again in a minute. Oh, here we go. Thank you. Yay, Cynthia is listening live. Congratulations. Doreen said, this morning during my class, I did my meditation during my Zen time from the gym after your workout. Awesome. Great job, Doreen. It's truly creating a habit, right? And again, it doesn't have to be an hour. It can be 10 minutes of creating this habit of quieting your mind, reinstalling some of these beliefs, getting centered, and then your day's going to go so much better. Ooh, Georgia. Yes, the journals are powerful. I actually have a teen journal on Amazon. If you're interested, if you've got a teen in your life, specifically a teen girl, because it has like pink on it, but it's called the Dream Life Teen Journal, and it's all about like self-love and confidence. All right, awesome. If you've got any questions, let me know. I can see the comments now. And all right, let's take you through the meditation. So what I want you to do is close your eyes, relax your shoulders, just get calm. And again, if this is something you want me to record separately, I certainly can. So you just let me know. This is more of a visualization, really, than a meditation. So this won't take as long. And I think it's something you can do on a consistent basis as well. All right, so close your eyes, get comfortable. Take a deep breath in. And then slowly exhale. Take another deep breath in, count to 4. And then slowly exhale. I want you to imagine 2 paths in front of you. On the left is your old mindset, a fixed mindset. It feels heavy, stuck, and limiting. You've walked it before. You know where it leads. Imagine yourself standing at a crossroads. As you look to the left, the stinking thinking pops up for you. It's the, who am I to feel like this will be successful for me? It's the, no, nothing ever works out. Nobody ever signs up. I'm not good at this. This just must not be for me. This is just my lot in life. I'll always be in debt, right? That's your old fixed mindset. Yet on the right is the lucky girl mindset. Now again, you're at a crossroads. On the right is your lucky girl mindset. It feels light, expansive, full of possibility. It feels full of energy flowing through its path, its growth, its openness, its boldness, its impact. When you look to the right, you imagine yourself learning new skills. Maybe it's marketing or sales or leadership. You imagine yourself creating and generating leads that say yes to your product quickly, easily, effortlessly. They're excited to work with you. The lucky girl mindset, when life feels hard, instead of bowing down, a lucky girl stands up tall and asks the questions, what can I control? What is important to me? What's true? The lucky girl imagines life working out and takes steps, even if it feels sticky. Now, as you look back to the left in that old mindset, I want you to notice how you feel. How does that old mindset impact your body? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel stuck? Does it feel limiting? Does your stomach feel like it's in knots? Does it feel small? You just want to ball up under the covers? Take a minute to just remember what that fixed mindset feels like. Next, on the right, I want you to look back to the right and imagine what it feels like to step into that lucky girl mindset. And how does your body feel in that mindset? When you feel like, all right, this is a skill I can learn. The right people are coming. I'm surrounding myself with people who believe in me. How does your body feel? How does your heart feel in that mindset? Next, decide which path you want to take. And that decision is important. You don't automatically need to utilize old patterns. You can choose to step to the right and step onto the lucky girl path. Feel how your body shifts immediately. Now, as you're walking on the lucky girl path, filled with lightness, expansiveness, full of possibility, with positive energy flowing through it, you feel growth, you feel open, you feel confident, you feel bold. Now, see yourself walking into a situation that used to trigger fear or doubt. Now, watch how differently you respond to that same trigger from this lucky girl mindset. Instead of shrinking back, you lean in. Instead of saying this won't work, you say, of course, this will work out in my favor. Instead of waiting for permission, you move with confidence. This is your new normal. This is the belief system of the lucky girl. It doesn't mean you won't have challenges, but it means that you will walk through those challenges with more ease, with more positivity, with more connection. Repeat silently after me. I choose growth. I am open to new opportunities. I move with boldness and trust. I see the bigger picture of my impact. Things are always working out in my favor. Breathe those in and let them sink into your subconscious. And as you do, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, and come back into this room. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Well, in the comments below, please be sure to share how that felt for you. As you choose the lucky girl mindset, you choose the growth mindset, and you take your thoughts captive. In the lucky girl workbook that I have connected to this live, you'll see that there's a bunch of lucky girl affirmations. These are when you take your thoughts captive and you're choosing your next best thought, utilize these as a resource. Maybe choose a few that you really reiterate. Again, repetition is what's going to retrain your brain. Okay? So you can utilize those as needed and use them every morning and every night, right? Again, we are intentionally retraining your brain. And then you'll also see the Lucky Girl Daily Evidence Tracker. Now, every single day, we are going to be looking for Lucky Girl proofs or signs of success. We are going to evidence or keep track of that evidence throughout the day. And so you'll see the Lucky Girl Evidence Tracker. Print this off if you want, or put this on your phone. Use this as a way to keep track of those wins, either big or small, throughout these next 24 hours. So with that being said, I'm excited to connect with you tomorrow for our last live training. And then we will move into action, where we are going to take intentional, clear, and specific action towards the goal that we set for ourselves, and then log the evidence as well. Stay tuned, because the doors to 90-Day U-Turn will be open this week. We're starting another round. This will be an afternoon round. For those during your lunch break, you can hop on and get a mindset reset, loving kick in the right direction with me each and every week for the next 12 weeks. And I can tell you, so much can change in just a few weeks when you're intentional. So before I sign off, let me take a look at the comments again. And Georgia said she gave one to her daughters. Awesome. Yes, invite anybody you know that is ready for a mindset reset in to this group, and let them go through this as well. Also know that I am reposting these on my YouTube channel, and I'm posting this on my podcast. So if you're listening to the podcast or the YouTube channel, welcome. I'm glad to have you. Feel free to join the Facebook group as well. We'd love to have you in our community. But certainly, if you guys know anyone that needs a loving kick in the right direction, you can share this with them too. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have an amazing day. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow. See you then.